Welcome to the Let's Manifest podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alyssa Esposito, a certified life coach and manifestation expert dedicated to helping you design and live a life that you absolutely love. Together, we're diving into the magic of the law of attraction, quantum physics, and powerful personal development techniques. Whether you're new to manifestation or seeking inspiration, this podcast offers clarity, motivation, and actionable insights. So are you ready? Let's make it happen. Last episode, we talked about the role emotions play in manifesting what you desire. If you didn't get a chance to listen to that episode, make sure you make some time to do so, as it'll correspond really well with this episode. And while you're at it, make sure you are subscribed to the podcast so you won't miss any other episodes. Today, we are going to be talking about how your identity is integral in your manifestation abilities. The skill of intentionally manifesting what you desire takes several elements. It takes thought, visualization, belief, being, and action. Remember how I told you you don't manifest what you want, but rather who you are. So who you are being is your identity. We manifest according to our identity. That is why identity work and personal development are so integral in the manifestation process. It's another reason why that 3-6-9 method just doesn't cut it. If you're not familiar with the 3-6-9 method for manifesting, it's when you write out something 3 times in the morning, 6 times midday, and 9 times before bed. Usually it's some kind of mantra. I call that spiritual busy work. Your self-identity is a bunch of I am statements. They can be personality traits that you think you have. Maybe you describe yourself as, I am someone who's shy, or I am someone who's outgoing. Perhaps you think you're a perfectionist or you're confident. Maybe you're someone who would describe yourself as daring or a hard worker, someone who's fearful, impatient, anxious, short-tempered. Maybe you're an optimist. Maybe you're someone who's really calm. Your self-identity is also a bunch of beliefs that you have about yourself. And some of those are empowering beliefs, such as I am resilient and resourceful. I can always figure things out. I can achieve my goals. I'm an asset to my company. I can do anything I set my mind to. They might be disempowering beliefs that you have about yourself. I'm not popular. Bad things always happen to me. I'm unlucky in love. I'm not worthy of receiving something. I never have enough money. People don't take me seriously. People don't like me. I'm not good enough at something, or I don't know enough in something. That's kind of shows up as imposter syndrome. A lot of us have a money identity. We have thoughts and beliefs about money. I have an abundance of money. Money is easy to make. Money flows to me. I am poor. I'm bad with money. I never have enough money. I'm always in debt. Money is bad. Money is hard to get. And your self-identity also incorporates your values. And that's what we think and what we feel are important to us. That could be morally, ethically, or just personally. I'm an honest person. I believe in doing the right thing. I'm spiritual or religious. I am dedicated to my family. I love learning. Your identity is who you are being right now. Who you are being right now is actually manifesting what you see in your 3D world at this very moment. If you feel stuck, if you feel like you are not manifesting what you want, then I want you to take a look at the last time you shifted your identity. The last time you reinvented yourself and leveled up your mindset, your thoughts, your skills, and your actions. What is important for us to know is that the who that you are right now doesn't have to be the finished version of you. Your beliefs, your characteristics, your passions, your interests, your talents aren't fixed qualities. You can and should cultivate them. You should change over time and grow as you become the future you who has the result you want in your life. I bet if you think about it, you've over your time had different interests and hobbies, right? That come and go, and we outgrow these and we let them go. And then we make room in our life for new things, new friends, new hobbies, new skills, new jobs. Remember that our brains are wired for survival. They're wired to seek pleasure, to avoid pain. And this all means that it likes doing things on default. It doesn't want to do things new because it's trying to conserve energy. It's trying to keep things the same because it's likely working for you and it's comfortable. It's less scary because staying the same and doing the same things is predictable. Your brain doesn't have to spend extra energy learning to do something that maybe it's failing at or would potentially fail at. You can see by not using our prefrontal cortex, the most executive functioning part of our brain, that's easier just to sit back, to live on autopilot, to coast through life in this mediocre, mundane, life is good enough fashion. I don't want that for you. Dr. Ben Hardy states in his book, Be Your Future Self Now, that your identity is actually what you're most committed to now. I think this is a really interesting and creative definition. It's short, it's sweet, and it gets to the point that we are all responsible for our own lives. The results that you have now are in direct reflection to what you are most committed to. If you are not committed to eating well, working out, or doing something athletic, having an identity of a health-conscious person, then your results are not likely to be a sculpted, lean body with curvy muscles. What you think you are capable of now is a belief, right? What you think you're capable in the future is also a belief. The actions that you're taking, all of these things create our identity. We have our circumstances, and from those circumstances, we create our thoughts, we create our feelings create our actions, and our actions create our results. Again, if we want different results, if we want to quantum leap our life, we need to believe new things about ourselves. We need to shift our identity and commit to being that future version of ourselves now. The term quantum leap means to make a big shift, a big advancement in your life. It's big because it's not possible for the version of you that you are now. If you think about the current version of you as a point in time, from this point in time, you could go any direction. It's really the trajectory of where we are going, where we're evolving in life that really matters. This is what changes things and aids in what's called the bridge of incidents to unfold. As Dr. Hardy says, it's the trajectory that are far more important and matters more than the current position and where you are in life. If you don't have in your life what you want, then you need to go through the align method for manifestation. You cannot attract or manifest things if it conflicts with your internal self-image. Again, this is why the personal development work is needed. This is why the mantras of just repeating things over and over does not work. As we touched on earlier, as well as in the last episode, if you have those limiting beliefs, those can block you from manifesting what you desire because your beliefs are part of your identity. They keep you stuck and they can keep you frustrated. If you haven't done the personal work to change your self-concept, then you won't feel worthy of having the money or the success or the love. You have to be the person who has that result. This requires us to override these fears that the subconscious brain says that we should heed and watch, to stay safe, to play small, and to do more of the same. I want you to talk to yourself. Say nothing has gone wrong. I'll be okay if I take this leap of faith. If I apply for this new job, if I move to a new city, if I ask this person out on a date. It's in the recognition of our own limiting beliefs, the primitive thoughts of our survival brain, our desires for something bigger, greater, being willing to push pause to analyze our current identity to see where we can change in order to shift that trajectory that will break us from that energy loop or that cycle of being stuck. As I'm recording this, it is a beautiful spring day. And while you don't need to wait to a certain time of year to reinvent yourself, to change your identity, I think now is the perfect time to consider what identity your biggest version of you is calling you to step into. Now, you might be thinking, how do I change my identity? Well, we tap into the imagination to start, and we visualize the future that we want. Most likely, the greater that difference is from what you're envisioning to where you currently are, the greater that jump needs to be. Now, it's not impossible. It's just calling you to step up to the plate to make some big changes. The step 2, align your energy. And your energy are your thoughts, your ideas, your beliefs, and having that new energy behind it. You can think about this as clearing out the clutter when you're doing some big spring cleaning. You're only going to keep what serves you in the future, only what aligns with you in the future that you're envisioning. And then you have to align your actions. It's in the being, it's not in the becoming. And it's so easy to stay stuck in the becoming, that prep phase, the learning, all the behind the scenes action where we're kind of doing research and we're practicing, but we're not really putting it in action. We're not putting it out there. So what does it mean when you're in that becoming the next version of you who has the results? So if you're saying I'm becoming her, then it means that you really aren't that person, that you aren't a match for what that person has. It's like acting, right? And this is why I don't teach act as if. If you're acting, it means you are pretending to be someone that you're not. Think of an actor, they're playing a role. They're not that role in real life. They're playing that role. So if you are not, then again, you're not a match for that potential vibration in the quantum. Remember that most likely you're not going to make a complete identity shift overnight. Some beliefs are a little harder to change. They take more time. You might need to use tools like the belief ladder. But action-wise, what we want to do is take these small steps and get that momentum going and keeping it going. It's all those small micro steps that you take that starts to compound over time and changes our direction. And you build self-trust when you show up for yourself and you do it again. You start to build more confidence. We always want the confidence that it's going to work out ahead of time, but we get the confidence from taking those first steps and keep showing up and having success over time. And your identity is built and solidified in those tiny decisions, those moments of alignment, and they add up to change your identity and your trajectory. As you can see, your self-concept, your identity of both the current version of you and the future self version is so critical to achieving and manifesting those big goals. This is why I created the Modern Manifestation Academy, where I teach the science behind the manifestation. We work on personal development, cultivating and shaping that next version of ourselves. We commit and we take action as that version of ourselves. This is what makes the program unique: the science-based manifestation foundation, beliefs and energy work, the personal development work, the mindset shifts, being that next version of yourself, taking aligned action, taking accountability for making those things happen in your life that you most desire. Not just sitting back and letting life happen to us, but being in the driver's seat and designing, manifesting, and living the life of our dreams in reality. Until next time, think about your current identity, what you are most committed to right now. Does that align with the future that you want? If not, it's time to reinvent your identity. Let's work together. Head over to the makeithappenproject.com, download my journaling prompts for manifestation or my weekly momentum guide, which will get you on my email list, and check out the Modern Manifestation Academy and join as a founding member. Until next time, make it happen. We hope that you've liked this episode. If so, check out the Make It Happen project, where you can learn more about the Modern Manifestation Academy. You can also find a community of like-minded people and coaching resources to help you create and live your dream life. And for fun manifestation swag, check out the manifestationshop.com. Thanks for tuning in to the Let's Manifest podcast. And if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe and leave us a review. Let's keep the momentum going, because you deserve to manifest your biggest dreams. Until next time, remember, you've got the power to make it happen.